Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub, Pub Sports Radio, Wednesday, November 24th. Ian Cameron, Skee Profit, Dutch Boy Fresh, TROT Wham, the eve of Thanksgiving, ready to break down the final NBA card prior to Thanksgiving. Of course, a reminder, no NBA Pub Hub show tomorrow with no NBA action. We'll be back on Friday with our next show after today. But first, before we get to Thanksgiving, we've got a huge NBA slate tonight. We've got 13 NBA games on the slate. So let's get to it. We'll start with the Los Angeles Lakers and the Indiana Pacers. Indiana 5-point home favorites, 217 and a half the total. Questionable status for both AD and LeBron for this game tonight for the LA Lakers, so make sure you're aware of that. They've got the Indiana Pacers coming off a 109-77 blowout win against Chicago on the road in their last game. That's 2 victories in a row for the Pacers. Lakers losing 106-100 last night to the New York Knicks. Second night of back-to-back games now for the Lakers. Third road game in 4 nights as well for them. And if you go back even further for them, this is going to be their 4th road game in 6 nights. So it's been a challenging schedule, a lot of games in a short period of time. A Lakers team that may not be at full strength, and it's obvious the betting markets are reacting to that, given the intense road schedule it's been, given the fact they could be without their two LeBron and AD. So Indiana's taken the money up to 5. Don't know if I'd want to lay 5 because keep in mind the Lakers last night hung around with the Knicks in that game and never gave up on that one. So laying 5 is a little bit trickier. If you got a good number, well done. But I'm going to stay off this game. Skee, Lakers, Pacers.
Yeah, I don't really like a lot of road back to backs, and Lakers are 0-2 back to back so far, and Pacers, they've been covering games lately, and the home favorite role has been a good role for them. So I'll stay away from this game from the side. I understand if people want to take the Pacers, but you should have got them earlier. From the total, Lakers are still going to play fast. I think the Pacers, the more I look at it, defensive rating, the last 5 games is a little bit inflated just because it was a real poor spot for Chicago when they faced them. And 2 bottom 10 3-point defenses. So I probably will play this game over.
All right, lean to the over for Skee. Dutch, Lakers, and Pacers.
Yeah, real quick. Salute to the ladies, gents, and D-gents out there in Wi-Fi land tuning in. It's all love. Appreciate you. Take a moment, 1 second, real quick, hit the motherfucking like button, please. And also share the video if you can. Muchly appreciated. Yeah, man, we got a beautiful card today. And with this is, this is a good way to start it off. I got it at 3.5. I wasn't up too late last night. I was really loaded, but feeling real good. Went to sleep a little early. Missed the 1.5 to 2.5. So I got the -3.5, and I really endorsed this probably at 5 to probably all the way up until 6. Realistically, personally, I think the Pacers are just playing better basketball right now than the Lakers. And then obviously we can talk about a spot. They, they're down 20 plus last night. Somehow, some way, with the stripes and all, came back, found a way to make it a game, and then still fell short. Salute to my guy Wham Bam getting a 7, and then of course Skee came through with the push on the 6. So I'm glad my guys didn't, brick there, but we cleaned up on that 4, and I look for it to happen again tonight. If the Pacers jump out like that, let's not fucking give it up like the New York Knicks did. Now the Lakers are 1-4 ATS, and the last 4 is a road dog. Skee touched on the back as well. They're not very good as they're 1-5 ATS in their last 6 on the road overall, and they're 1-4 ATS in their last 5 meetings versus the Pacers, and 0-5 ATS in their last 5 in Indiana. So not only do the eye tests tell me that the Pacers are going to whoop that ass, the numbers also do. And the Pacers actually playing better basketball. 4-0 ATS in their last 4 at home, 5-2 ATS at home on the season, and 11-2 ATS in their last 13 at home. Clear Pacers spot right here. Late at 3.5, late at 5. They'll win this game by 7 or 8 points. If it gets to 6, just fade away because the Lakers got them refs on their side. They keep it kind of close sometimes. They got the stripes.
Wham, Lakers, Pacers.
Yeah, I wanted to say the Lakers early here, but obviously I'm a little biased here because I lost with the Lakers first quarter last game. They allowed the 10-0 run to start off the game. Evan Fournier couldn't miss. I believe Westbrook was the reason why him and THT defense was bad early on in that game. Westbrook got himself out of that in the second half. I don't think that's going to happen again in this game. I think LeBron's going to help this team be a little bit more focused. I do expect AD to be in the lineup. I think this line will go down. I like the Lakers, honestly, in my opinion. If I was to bet this game, it's going to be the Lakers here, but I'm going to stay away from it. It's a backwood. You could put it up for me, Big Show. It's a backwood. I talk too much about it.
All right, Phoenix, Cleveland. We've got
This
Phoenix
is-
7.5-point road favorites, 210 the total in this one. We talked about it the other day, and credit to Skee with the Spurs call the other night. It was close. It was a sweat, but the Spurs just got inside the number. 115, 111 victory for the Suns, and one of the reasons why Skee liked the Spurs there was the schedule for the Suns. Been a lot of games for them. There's no doubt they're playing amazing basketball. They've won 13 in a row. They can match the third longest win streak in franchise history if they make it 14 in a row tonight. But the problem is you got to lay a premium here with the Suns once again. 7.5 in this game. Now, the Cavaliers have some issues. We know, obviously, Colin Sexton's gone for the year. Evan Mobley's still out. And Darius Garland, who's really had to pick up the slack offensively and had a great game. He dinged up his shoulder the other night in that, and his neck also was bothering him, but it was a strained neck the other night against the in that last game for the Cavaliers that they played against Brooklyn. And then when he came back in the fourth quarter, he didn't shoot well at all. So you wonder, even if he does play tonight, is that injury going to bother him a lot? And if he doesn't have his offensive game where it needs to be, where else are you going to go and turn to for the Cavaliers offensively tonight? You are hoping to have C.D. Osman, a key bench reserve, back tonight. It looks like he's been upgraded with the back issue. So I kind of want to take the Cavs as a home underdog in this spot. But boy, I mean, I just worry about this team a little bit offensively. And Phoenix has been playing some good defense as well during this win streak of theirs. So feels like a lot to be laying with Phoenix, and schedule's caught up to them a little bit. A lot of games in a short period of time. But I don't know. I want to see this Cleveland lineup at tip-off before I get involved. To lean for now only to the Cavaliers. Skee, what do you think? Phoenix, Cleveland.
Yeah, I lean towards Cleveland, but I don't, like you said, I don't like the injury report. Everybody's banged up. They're 7-3 versus 55% when teams are better, and they're 12-3-1 against the spread their last 16 games. So they've been playing well. And Phoenix, yeah, they continue to win. They've won 13 in a row, but they've only covered one of their last 5. So I don't want to lay that number like you talked about with how many games they've been playing. So it'll be Cavs or nothing.
All right, Dutch, Phoenix, Cleveland.
Yeah, shout out to my guy Nate Star Trial. I see you, my guy Nathan. Appreciate the kind words. Yeah, man, I'm right with I'm looking Cavs all the way here. I just want to make sure Garland's in the lineup, which I believe he is, because I haven't seen too much about it not being there, saying game time. I think he'll play. The Suns are 1-4 ATS in their last 5, 1-4 ATS in their last 5 in Cleveland, 1-5 ATS in their last 6 versus the Eastern Conference. I don't believe the sun will be shining in Ohio. It won't be too sunny, baby. I like the Cavs here. 6-3 ATS at home. Skee touched on it. They've been real good against the number the last 16, and they're 5-1 straight up in their last 6 at home versus the Suns. They've had their way actually in this matchup. I think they'll cover the number here and there. I believe they might be live here in a little bit.
Yeah, he was at shoot around this morning, Garland. So, but questionable. They didn't want to rule him in, but the fact he was, putting up shots this morning.
So Osman's probable.
Yeah, that's a good sign for Cleveland. So I'd expect him to play, but never say never with this league until you actually see the game start. What do you think, Wham? Suns, Cavs.
Yeah, we mentioned this game a little bit after the show. What stood out to me the most was that this team is the team that initiated the winning streak for the Suns that they're on right now. So my first initial reaction was it started with Cleveland, it ends in Cleveland type of theory here. And I believe that the Cavs have been playing really well. In that game where they lost, I remember vividly there that Ricky Rubio blamed himself for the turnovers that he had. And that point alone had him playing at a certain level that got him to that Madison Square Garden game. You know what I mean? So got him to the stretch that we see here. I think that this team in the Cavs, obviously I want Garland in the lineup before I take him. I think they're live to win this game outright. So I would be possibly splitting up the unit here, taking those points here, and then also taking the money line, because I think they have a chance of winning based off what you said about the scheduling here as well. The Cavs haven't really been playing that much. Even though they have guys nicked up, they haven't been playing that much. This could be a spot that they know they don't have that many games upcoming, because the next game I believe is on Saturday, so they don't really have that many games coming up as well. So I like the Cavs here in this spot. I would think to back them on the spread and the money line.
All right, Charlotte, Orlando. Charlotte, 7-point road favorites, 219.5 the total. Off the top of my head, I don't think Charlotte's been favored by 7 on the road very often this year. That's just my guess. I'm pretty sure it hasn't been maybe once, maybe. But I know, and they're playing good, 11-8 straight up in ATS. But they're still just 5-6 straight up on the road, and they're laying a hefty number. Now I know it's Orlando. It's not a good basketball team. It's an Orlando team that's lost 3 in a row, but they at least were competitive against Brooklyn and Milwaukee in 2 of those. But the second game against Milwaukee, they got boat raced and lost by 31. I would still only look to Charlotte, but this is not a team that at least not a team that I'm comfortable with in one of these price ranges where you're 7-point road favorites. I mean, that's just not the type of point spread range we see Charlotte in very often. So it's a pass for me, but I'd probably still take Charlotte before Orlando in this game. I just don't know if I trust them in this price range. What do you think, Skee?
Was that a Bavano backwood?
Yeah.
We'll give it to you.
We'll give it to
It qualifies.
Look, it's Charlotte or pass, but -7 on the road in a card with a lot of games on it. I think I'll find better spots. What do you think here, Skee?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you official backwood on this one. Pass that one. I'm good.
I agree.
Yeah, man.
Dutch?
Yeah, shout out to our guy Preston, Maximilian in the chat. Be sure to tune in at 2 p.m. But yeah, backwood this motherfucker. And our guy Real Deal Prime keeps asking what a backwood is. It's a strong motherfucking pass, bro. It's not good for your health. All right, my guy.
That's what it is. It means the game is a dog shit. That's what it means, pretty much, for the most part.
Let it fly.
From a
Let it
betting
fly.
perspective, that's for
All the
sure.
way,
Wham, are
all
you
the way.
completing the?
Let it fly. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep
Yeah.
it going. Keep it going. Let it fly.
Next.
Backwood, baby.
There you go.
That won't go burn up quick, boys.
It will. Yeah, it will. No. Charlotte's playing defense. Like I don't hate the over, but Charlotte's playing better defense lately. So that's why I caution you right now on the over in that game. I'm just staying off it. On we go.
No
Brooklyn
Cole
and
Anthony,
Boston.
too.
Yeah, exactly. Brooklyn and Boston, pick them here pretty much. Pick the winner. You'll cash your ticket. 216 the total in this game. Should be a good one. Looking forward to seeing how it plays out. You know what's very interesting here is Brooklyn's played Cleveland, Orlando, Cleveland, OKC, Pelicans, Orlando again the last few games, and Boston's played Houston, OKC. They've played some weaker schedules lately, both of these teams. Boston's starting to play better, though. 4 of their last 5 they've won. The only loss was on the road against Atlanta. You got the Brooklyn Nets here coming in here on a nice little surge themselves, 6-1 straight up. But again, you question a lot of the quality of opponents. What can the Nets show you? Because let's be honest, Magic, Pelicans, Thunder, 2 against the Cavs who've had some injuries, and the Magic. Those are the last several wins for Brooklyn. They played Golden State, they lost. They played Chicago, they lost. The 2 really good teams on their schedule, the last 10 games, Brooklyn did not beat either one. So I'm a little bit hesitant. I think Brooklyn is better. I lean Brooklyn, but I don't like the way they played against the good competition in these last 2 games. And Boston's playing a little bit better. They're at the house. Lean Brooklyn, but I'm going to stay off. Skee, what do you think here? Nets, Celtics.
The Nets haven't been, I don't know. I mean, the Nets haven't been covering. I know you just kind of got to win this game. I like what Patty Mills has been doing, or the addition he's been giving him without Joe Harris. And Aldridge, he's also stepped up a few games. And I suck, honestly, at picking Boston games. So I try to stay away. But, it's hard to ignore. Boston's covered 8 of their last 11. They're 4-0 versus 55% win teams are better this season. And 1-0 as a home dog. So, they're the number 1 rebounding team over the last 5 games. And Brooklyn is dead last in that department. I think that's a huge advantage. And if Boston can continue to play good defense, they'll probably win this game. So that's how I feel right now.
All right, good stuff. Maybe a lean under for me as well in this game. We'll see. What do you think, Dutch? Nets, Celtics?
Yeah, it looks like even Nets Bets is going to stay off this Brooklyn side today. Shout out to my guy. Yeah, this is a tough game. Joe Chris kind of said it. From a side perspective, it is an exotic backwood. I could probably only lead the home team, though. I probably agree completely with what Skee said. But I like this game from a prop perspective. No Bruce Brown out there. Skee touched on the rebounding as well. I think that'll affect him even more. Now, my guy Robert Williams is questionable, but I love the 8.5. if he does play over 8.5 plus 110. He was questionable last game too. Had in 22 minutes, had 15 rebounds. Went over this number the prior 3 that he has played. If he's on the court, he's getting 10 plus rebounds. But the 2 props I really do like here, and they are official, is Jason Tatum over 27.5 minus 110. I talked about this kid. He's finding his game 30 plus in the last 4, averaging 40 points per game the last 3 meetings versus Brooklyn. They don't have nothing for him. Like I mentioned, Bruce Brown's out. You tell me who's going to stop this kid. Attack. I believe Jaylen Brown will be out. Means even more attempts for Jason. But if you're watching the games, he's found it. He's looking like the old Jason Tatum, confident, attacking the hole, knocking down the jumper. Jason Tatum will have 30 plus tonight, over 27.5. And then we're also going to look at the Slim Reaper, K motherfucking D. Kind of been in and out a little bit of late. Was banged up, didn't play. But the last 3 meetings versus Boston, he's averaging 35 points per game. I look for him to go over 27.5 minus 115 as well. We know no Joe Harris. It's pretty him and the James Harden show. And please, motherfucking James, you out of shape motherfucker. Let KD have the most attempts on the court. This should not be any questions that who's shooting the ball the most. I like the free throw. Be aggressive, James. But if you have more attempts than motherfucking KD, there's a problem. So be aggressive, KD. Don't be a little bitch. Ask for the ball. Demand the ball and attack the ball. And maybe Nash, run a fucking play for your best player in the world, please. So we'll go over 27.5 minus 115. But from a side perspective, it is an exotic backwood. Yeah, man.
Exotic backwood. Wham, go ahead.
That was a real exotic backwood. He already had plays for it and everything. I ain't never seen
the
that
side
one before.
perspective is exotic backwood.
He fucking with the backwoods, y'all. He fucking with the backwoods. No, just letting. No, I definitely think the side here definitely screams, in my opinion, Celtics. I just don't think that the Nets really, as much as they've been playing good defense, they haven't been finishing it on the rebounding side. Still bottom 10 in rebounding. This team that they're playing against, they're number 1 in rebound over the last 5 games. And the Celtics, I do like the Patty Mills look though over the last 5 games. Last 7 games, averaging 50% from field goal and 3-point percentage, shooting 7 attempts from 3. He's been balling, man. I like what Patty Mills has been doing. I would look towards his profit, if anything. But other than that, I agree with Dutch. This is exotic. This is very exotic backwood.
Speaking of the backwoods, we're going to keep that theme going here, I think, in this next game. Detroit and Milwaukee. We've got Milwaukee 15-point home favorites, 213 the total. They finally showed up for 48 minutes against Orlando in their last game, but we haven't seen 48 minutes from the Bucks consistently, and that's what they got to bring if they're going to cover a number like this. The problem with taking Detroit, and Detroit is 3-1 ATS their last 4 games, 3-point loss to Golden State, 5 to the Lakers, 8 to the Heat. I kind of want to take Detroit here, but man, it's been ugly against the Bucks head to head. You look at the last, I believe it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 meetings in Detroit with the Bucks coming into the Motor City, and I believe 5 of the 6 meetings the Bucks have won by a minimum of 16 points. They have absolutely destroyed Detroit here formerly the Palace. Now it's Little Caesars Arena. That's a daunting and woeful recent series history for the Pistons against the Bucks. But I don't trust Milwaukee to bring 48 minutes of focus. They haven't done that consistently to lay 15 with them. So it's the smallest of leans to the Pistons, but otherwise it's a backwood. Get that friggin' image up right now. Backwood, Pistons, and Bucks. Skee, what do you think here? Detroit, Milwaukee.
Yeah, but Bano talked enough about this this game. I don't have to do any more. 15-point spread, I'm just gonna backwood it.
Maybe last year's Milwaukee team 2 years ago, you'd have a little more faith in them laying 15, but not this year. I mean, again, they've just not played great 48-minute games consistently well enough, not even close this year. And the one thing about Detroit, they're not good. They're playing hard on a nightly basis, at least. What do you think, Dutch?
Yeah, shout out to my guy James. Shout out to John Lee. We got over 100 people watching, and 30-something like that. This motherfucking respectful. You said it, my guy. Come on now, let's hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is hit that motherfucker one time, and you on your way to the motherfucking bag, baby. Yeah, man. Hit that motherfucker back with this bitch. You already know. Yeah, man.
Wham. Same with you, or you got something?
Come on now. I cashed with the Milwaukee Bucks the first half last time. I'm thinking of doing it again here, but I want to go with Cade as well with the assist. But this is going to be a blowout, so I'm not going to jump on that. Yeah, it's a backwood, man. I just don't like this game.
Exotic from my man Win.
It
Keep on it.
is. It is. I like this shit though. I like a lot of this shit, but I don't.
All right, we got Utah and Oklahoma City. Utah, 14-point road favorites, 208.5 the total in this one. I'll tell you what, right now, the Jazz were pretty pissed off with the way they coughed up that game against Memphis the other night, but give the Grizzlies credit. They were off their own debacle and embarrassing loss, and the Jazz kept pushing the lead up to 8-10 points, and the Grizzlies would go on a run, and they responded every single time. So give Memphis credit for never giving in that game. But you've got the Oklahoma Jazz trying to bounce back off that game. You worry that if Utah comes focused here, they're going to wipe away Oklahoma City. But the Thunder are a tough team and a team I won't be betting against getting this many points, especially at home. You look at the last 4 games, they've covered all 3. They lose by 12 to Atlanta, 6 to Boston, 7 to Milwaukee. They have been competitive in a large part of these games, and they have been a good point spread team. And I know Utah may come with full focus, no question, after the loss to Memphis the other night. That does concern you. It also concerns you a little bit, too, that they shoot the 3 ball so well, and the Oklahoma City Thunder perimeter defense is allowing 35.7% from 3-point range, which isn't great by any stretch of the imagination. So this could be a night where Utah gets that shooting going, and it could be too much for OKC. But this is not a bargain on Utah. But I am worried that they really are an angry team and focused on this Thunder squad after the loss the other night. So it's a pass for me. But I like OKC, and I won't be going against this team and getting this number of points. So it would just be the slightest of leans to the Thunder. Skee, what do you think? Jazz Thunder.
Yeah, I don't want OKC without SGA. It's that simple for me. And the Jazz, they're 5-2 as a real favorite, but I don't want to lay this many points. So it'll be Jazz first half. Otherwise, stay out of the way.
Yeah, SGA is a big deal, obviously, for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Him likely not playing tonight. The latest update, yeah, he is out for sure. Second straight game out with the ankle injury, and that's the problem. If you get behind the Jazz without him, where's your scoring consistently going to come from to battle back? What do you think here, Dutch? Utah, OKC.
Yeah, I appreciate the kind words, Roger, Mr. Major, Ty as well. Appreciate you guys. I see you, Sweaty Butcher. Yeah, man, smoking on the best you can buy. He always got the backwood rolling. I ain't mad at you, bro. I know you smoking on that Jungle Boys. Salute to my guy. But yeah, backwood this motherfucker, honoring my guy, Sweaty Butcher. Yeah, man.
All right, backwoods time. We like it. Wham. What about you?
Yeah. I'll go back to one of our guys, one of our favorite players here in this game and this team here is Royce O'Neal, Utah Jazz, man. Over 3-point makes, man. Probably kicking back up a little bit here. He's hit it the last 3 times, over 1.5. That's the only way I will be putting my money here in this game. But it is my hard-earned money, bro. So do I want it on a blowout potential game? I think he can hit this early in the first quarter, of course, but Royce O'Neal, it seems like that will be the way I will go. I haven't did it, so I guess this is a backwood because I haven't bet this yet.
All right, next up, we got Chicago taking on Houston. We got the Bulls 10-point road favorites here, 217. The total in this game just continues to be an absolute debacle for the Houston Rockets at this point. There's nothing more you can say other than that. It's just been a dreadful 15 straight losses for this Rockets team, an 18-point loss to Boston the other night. You got the Bulls off, I think a game where they just hit the wall physically. They had gone through a grueling schedule, long road trip. They didn't get much downtime off that 5-game road trip. They played the Knicks. They came back to beat the Knicks that night. And then they played the very next night with no days off against the Pacers at home, and they just had nothing. You have those games in a long season. You have nothing physically, nothing left to give. You're shot. You just have no legs. You got no, energy in you whatsoever. That was the Bulls the other night against Indiana. They got pasted 109-77. And now they're going on the road here. The schedule's still been grueling. That's the concern. But I got to believe this Bulls team, which is just so much better than the Rockets after that game, certainly come back stronger here. They are still missing, potentially a couple key players, but it looks like there's some good news on the horizon here for the Bulls here, is that Vucevic, who's missed the last 7 games due to COVID protocol, will at least be on the floor tonight. Looks like limited minutes. He'll be on a minutes restriction tonight for the Bulls, but will be out there for them in this game, which is good news. And Alex Caruso, there was concern he may not be able to play with the wrist injury tonight, but Caruso looks like he'll be available for the Bulls. This is a SmackDown spot waiting to happen. I don't think the schedule will catch up to the Bulls tonight because the Rockets just suck that much right now. So I like Chicago -5.5 first half, and I'll lay the 10 full game with them. And I agree with the total move up too. I think this is an onslaught for the Bulls offensively tonight against a shitty defense. So over the total, Bulls first half, Bulls full game for me in this one. What do you think here, Skee? Chicago and Houston.
Yeah, I agree with you. Bulls, 4-0 as a road favorite. I agree. Their last game was just a really bad spot for them, and the Rockets are just terrible. They're terrible. They've covered one of their last 7 games. They've lost 15 in a row. There's absolutely nothing that can make me back the Rockets. So it's a Bulls. It had to be the Bulls for me.
All right, Dutch, Bulls, Rockets.
Nicholas Lee says bull money line. Hey, way to go out on a limb, my guy. Way to go out on a limb. Carlos, I see you, my guy. Hey, yeah, back with this motherfucker, man. I couldn't disagree with what y'all said, but back with this bitch. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it is a lot. Like a 10 on the roads never is always a hefty number, but when you're thinking about the fact that it's the Rockets on the other side, it eases your concern a little bit about laying a number that big because it is just a woeful team, wretched bad basketball team right now. What do you think here, Wham? Chicago, Houston.
Yeah, I think this is a good sneaky spot here for some people to find a way to back the Rockets here. I just think that it's a bad spot for the Bulls schedule wise. Like these guys been playing a lot of games lately. Rockets, they have been playing too, but they got guys in and out of the lineups here. I think that Christian Wood probably takes advantage of the matchup here. So I did take the Christian Wood over 16.5 points. I know he's only averaging about 11.5 points over the last 7 games, only getting 11 attempts here as well. This should be a way that Silas goes into it. And I'm just not saying he's a great coach or anything. And I know I see these guys trying to just work on development here. But at the same time, you got to be able to get some type of rhythm here. This is a guy that should be probably fired, Joe Chris. You're not lying here. But I just think that matchup-wise alone, it favors Christian Wood. If he doesn't get over this 16.5 points, then definitely we need to get fucking Silas the fuck out of here. He should be able to get this points against this team that's really lacking depth. Like you said, even though Vucevic is coming back, I think Vucevic kind of favors in him going over this points as well. I still like the matchup.
All right, Miami, Minnesota. We've got an interesting one here. Near a pick'em in this game, 212 the total in this one. As far as injuries go, it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a healthier Miami team than they've had at times lately, other than Markieff Morris. Most of their other key players are going to be in there. So it's actually both teams looking relatively healthy going into this game tonight. It is back-to-back for the Miami Heat. They played last night at Detroit, 192. And now they're playing the second night of back-to-back games, but they're 7-0 ATS, their last 7 on the second night of back-to-back games. So they've done well in this spot here. Minnesota, though, they've turned it on. They've won 4 in a row, covered 4 in a row, and they've done it with their defense. Very impressive. The last few games, what we've seen from the Wolves on the defensive end of the floor, giving up just 38% shooting, 23% from three-point range. They've definitely done a better job, 95 points per game allowed in their last 5 games. But, and I like Minnesota, I'm looking for spots to back them. But you look at the schedule too, Sacramento in the waning days of the Luke Walton era before he got fired, San Antonio, Memphis is up and down, the Pelicans in the last game. So you could argue they haven't played anyone as good as Miami during this 4-game stretch. So this is one of those pass games for me. It's one of those Ian Cameron. I got nothing but love for both teams. And I don't really love betting against either one here in this spot tonight. So it's a pass for me, Miami and Minnesota. Skee, what do you think? Heat and Timberwolves.
I'm sure it's not going to be Razors gamblers first glance, but that's kind of how I looked at this game. I looked at it first, and I'm like, no way, not taking the Heat on the road. Wolves, they won 4 in a row. And I'm like, Wolves been playing good ball. I look at my numbers. They say Wolves are the number 1 defensive rated team, the number 4 offensive rated team, both over the last 5 games. And I do like that on the season they're number 1 defending the 3. So I was like, I'm just gonna take the Wolves, and I thought about it a little bit longer, and I don't know. It just feels like I Need Money said, it's a trap game. They want you to come in here and take the Wolves right here. The Heat, like you mentioned, I didn't know they were 7-0, but this year they're 3-0 against the spread on the second of a back-to-back. They've covered, I think, 5 of their last 7 games, and I kind of just looked up this situation. I just put it into the database while we were talking, actually, and what I came up with was teams on a 4-game, and I agree with you, Ian, real quick. Minnesota hasn't played anybody. On their 8 wins, I think they've only beaten, they haven't beaten any good team. They beat the Lakers and the Bucks, and I can argue when they beat those teams, both of them were not playing good, So I don't think they've really beaten anybody. So I looked up teams on a 4-game win streak, but they don't have a winning record on the season, playing an opponent on a back-to-back that is a 55% win team or better. And I looked at that since 2015. It comes back. Those teams are 1-10 straight up and against the spread. And that is the Minnesota Timberwolves. So it looks easy, but this is a step up in competition. And I don't see anybody sitting for Miami. So if it stays like this on the injury report clear, I think I will look towards the Miami side.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? And I like Minnesota, but now they're a pick 'em. They're being asked to beat the better a team that's better than them. Let's be honest, Miami's better than Minnesota, and that's the issue. And the step up in class, we'll see if the Timberwolves are able to handle it. The one thing is the schedule is in their favor with Miami playing last night in Detroit. Dutch, how do you see this one? Heat Timberwolves.
Yeah, those were some good numbers, Ski, but I don't know who the fuck is just going to look at it and say, I'm going to bet Minnesota against Miami. I mean, 72% of the fucking public is on Miami, boss, and the line's going the other way. So I don't know about that, to be honest with you. I look at Minnesota as the play here, to be quite honest with you. They're playing better basketball. I think they're just going to come to compete. It's one fucking game for Miami on a back-to-back. They're ready to probably get the fuck out of Minnesota, I'm sure. And, I'm sure the Wolves are going to look hungry, young team, and can take advantage of a Miami team and feel good about themselves like they've been doing the last 4 or 5 games. But really, I'm going back to my guy, Cat, killing it. Over 20.5 points, minus 115. Went over this number the last 5 games, averaged 26 points per game in the last 2 meetings, shooting 50% from the field, 84% from the free throw line, and 45% from 3 on the season. I know everybody wants to dog the big Cat, but the motherfucker's been eating, and he will continue to eat tonight. I think he'll have his way with Bam inside or whoever else you want to bring out, Deadman off the bench, anywhere. He'll get his rebounds if you like it, but I look for the points. But the Wolves have had their way also against Miami, and they're good in this spot. Now, it's a 1-point favorite. They're 5-0 in their last 5 ATS against as a favorite, and they're 4-1-1 ATS in their last 6 meetings versus Miami. 4-1 ATS in their last 5 at the house. I know you guys touched on it, who they haven't played anybody. But I'm telling you right now, this is a Minnesota spot, and I think they're going to beat Miami tonight. Really like the Cat prop, and I think I'll be on Minnesota as well.
All right, liking Minnesota here in
Shake
this
your head
spot.
all you want, my guy.
Yeah, we're gonna be head to head.
Come on, what you got to say?
I'm not. I mean, like they're 5-0 as a favorite because they're playing bottom of the barrel teams. This is not the same situation. That's all.
We'll find out. That's good. We love to go. We love head-to-head battles here on the NBA Pub Up. We get it every now and then, and that's.
Are you betting Miami? Did you make it official?
When you were talking, I started to like them more.
Damn.
There we go.
Hey, you want to run it back because I took. What the fuck, bro? Huh? You just want to? What you want? Run it. Shit.
Hey, we can do it.
Hey, Miami gonna be soft as fucking Minnesota. They ain't enjoying themselves out there in the cold. Come on, man. It's gonna be a wrap. Minnesota gonna get in that ass.
Scary thing about Minnesota, when Cat has a big game and when the backcourt of Russell and Edwards get going, they can be dangerous. And if they're shooting well any given night, they can put a scare into anybody. So we'll see if the Timberwolves can do that tonight in this one. Wham, how do you see this one going? Miami and Minnie.
Yeah, I would say this though. I wasn't impressed by what Miami did. Maybe it was a look ahead spot because they know they're going to face a good defensive team. Like Ian said, and he alluded to every stat that I had written down. Number one in opposing points, 95. Opponents 3-point percentage, 23%. Opponents field goal percentage at 38%. Same thing that I had written down here. These guys have been holding down the paint on all three levels, playing great defense in Minnesota. I kind of would agree with Dutch here. So I don't. I honestly.
Hey,
I kind of would agree with Dutch, but I'm not going to break the tiebreaker. I'm going to just take the under here because I think it will be defense played. Bottom three defenses, Miami Heat. We know the type of defense that you're getting from the Timberwolves right now. If they're stopping Tyler Hero from dropping 30, which he did last game against the fucking Pistons and barely got that damn W, they barely
right.
got that W there. So if he's stopping them from doing 31, then this shit should go under, man. I think that's where this is going to go. I got it at 213 on Jimmy's show today. I think you still could get the 220, 212 and a half here. That's the way I would go here. Officially, I'm on 213 though.
Yeah.
All
All
right,
the
good
studs
stuff.
played 30+ minutes last night, man. They're gonna tire out. Believe
Yeah,
it.
they had 2 days off before that. They all right.
They're young guys; they can handle it. Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
We'll see.
I love it.
I
We'll
love it.
see.
That's why this is a good one to watch, though. It's because Minnesota. You're right. Their
Will be for
schedule's
me.
come up easy, and we'll see if they can rise up against the Heat. We'll see if they're able to feel the heat tonight. This Minnesota team. All right, Toronto and Memphis. We've got the Grizzlies, 3-point home favorites, 217 the total in this game. This is not the kind of spot you like for Memphis. They're off with this huge comeback win against Utah, a team that beat them in the playoffs last year. Thrilling comeback, beating Memphis 119-118. And now they've got to try to keep it going here, and you just worry about that. And look, the Raptors have struggled lately, no question. 1-4 straight up in ATS their last 5 games. The only victory was at Sacramento. I get that, but it's a tricky spot for Memphis. Toronto's actually played very well in Memphis. They've won most of the recent head-to-head meetings against the Grizzlies. Then they might get OG Anunoby back tonight. Hip injury, questionable. He's missed the last few, missed more than a week, but there's a chance he's back. They were hinting because of this back-to-back days off for the Raptors since their last game in Golden State that it might give OG Anunoby the rest he needs to get back in the lineup for the Raptors, which would be significant with how good he is at both ends of the floor. It looks like Precious Achiuwa, Kem Birch, game time decisions. Dylan Brooks on the Memphis side participated in shoot around and is a game time decision for the Grizzlies. The fact he's in shoot around is probably not a bad sign for him that maybe he'll be able to go. I got to lean Toronto here based on this spot at +3, and they played well in Memphis. Memphis off the huge win. I don't trust them in this spot. And I've got to lean over the total. Memphis has been a bottom feeder defensive basketball team. There's no question about that. The Raptors have kind of struggled defensively on this road trip, and they've trended over the total recently. I'm actually surprised the total's gone down. I don't agree with that move. I like overs 217. Lena as well. Toronto plus the points. What do you think here, Skee? Raptors, Grizzlies?
I would lean towards over just because neither team really playing defense. Both worst and second worst defensive rated teams over the last 5 games. Both bottom 5 defending the 3 on the season. And Memphis, they'll play with some pace. I lean towards the over. Both teams have been trending that way anyway. And if I have to pick a side, I don't like laying with Memphis, and Toronto is the more rested team. So it would be Toronto plus and the over for me.
All right, Toronto plus the points and over the total as well for Skee with the Raptors and Grizzlies. Dutch, Toronto, and Memphis.
Yeah, man, this is a tough one. The Raptors are 6-1 straight up in the last 7 meetings versus these motherfuckers. So this is an exotic backwood, a real exotic one. Because I did like the Grizzlies, but I started looking into it a little more. I had to backwood this motherfucker, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, definitely. It's just for Memphis after the win against Utah. That was such a huge win, and there was clear emphasis on that game for Memphis against the Jazz, especially after they got absolutely crushed in the game before that. So I don't know if I trust them laying points here in this situation. Wham, what do you think here? Raps, Grizzlies.
Yeah, I think that Utah game was pure luck, man. In my opinion, just that last shot was kind of fucking lucky here for the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm not a big fan of this Memphis Grizzlies team. I don't like the guys that in and out the lineup either. Like having Dylan Brooks possibly available here today after my guy Bain just had the fucking career high, taken away from my guy Bain's shine here. So I don't like that at all. But honestly, in this game, it is an exotic backwood, though. I like the Raptors, though, honestly, Ian. I like the money line, to be honest with you, bro. So this is on the potential of me possibly adding, though, on my card. If everything's working out right early on, I think I would add on this game here, Toronto money line here. That's probably the way I would be betting here.
All right, we got Washington and New Orleans. Washington Wizards 4-point road favorites, 210.5 the total in this game between these two squads. We've got a situation here where if you're Washington, you're all of a sudden, a little bit of a concern that you've lost 3 of the last 4 games. It's not been a great run. They've cooled off a little bit from that terrific start. Still 11-6 on the year, though. The losses were to Charlotte, who are playing better lately. Miami, of course, one of the best teams, and then Charlotte again. So the Hornets have kind of had Washington's number during these last couple of weeks here. We'll see if Washington can bounce back from losing to Charlotte at home the other night. I certainly think they will. I mean, the thing with New Orleans is if they are playing a team that's better than them, and the team is probably going to not take them lightly or easily, they are going to beat that team. They're going to beat New Orleans. Simple as that. I mean, it just continues to be dreadful for the Pelicans. They're just 2-8 straight up their last 10 games. They're 3-16 straight up on the season, and they're 7-12 against the spread. So that tells you the betting markets haven't caught up to how bad the Pelicans are. This is just a really, really bad basketball team this season. Not good and consistent enough offensively. Absolutely brutal on the defensive end of the floor. We've seen New Orleans give up, consistently over 100 points to their opponents. Their offense, they don't shoot very well. There's not many offensive options they can rely on this team other than Big Val and Brandon Ingram. That's about it. So to me, Washington comes into this team, 3 of their last 4 losses. They mean business. They're better than New Orleans by a wide margin. I think the price is cheap. I like the Wizards here, -4 in this one. What do you think here, Skee? Wizards and Pelicans?
Have no interest in this game. They both play slow. Wizards will play defense, maybe under. Other than that, backwood.
Backwood. What do you think, Dutch? Washington, New Orleans?
You muted, bro. You muted.
Yeah, my fault. I had to yell at the dog. This definitely ain't no motherfucking backwoods. You get that shit off the screen, my guy. Yeah, man. Skee want to leave money on the table. Not to me. No, thank you. I really like the Wizards here. There's levels to this shit, right? And right. That's what we say. And motherfucking Pelicans just ain't on the Wizards level. I'm telling you that they're shitty, and they're definitely a tier below the Washington Wizards. So as long as the Wizards show up, get a little bit of Bradley Beal, this will be an easy casher right here. Double digits in New Orleans. This is the get right game right here. This is, when you start running bad a couple times, you play poker or something, you've been running super bad, you sit down at the table and you get pocket aces right off the bat and double the fuck up, triple up. That's what it's like getting into New Orleans, touching down in New Orleans. You're like, automatically you feel good. The Wizards are 2-1 ATS in the last 3 meetings in New Orleans, 10-3 ATS last 13 meetings versus the motherfucking Pelicans, 6-1 ATS in the last 7 versus the Western Conference. They handle these motherfuckers tonight very easily in New Orleans. Wizards -4 early and often. If you like the first quarter, first half, get on whatever you like. I'm full game in this bitch. Wizards -4.
I mean, Willie Green is just at the point already in his coaching tenure with New Orleans. Like, he's just trying to put shit together and hope it works. Like, he's got freaking Satoransky starting in the backcourt the other night. What the fuck?
Skee looked like he wanted back to Pelicans now.
Now I want to ask you a question, though.
No, yeah, I knew you had something for me. Go ahead. I know, like, what the fuck you trying to do? Back, what you got the Pelicans now? This motherfucker.
No, I'm just gonna ask you, like, Pelicans are 3-16, Wizards are 11-6. Why is this line so short?
That's what I was wondering.
The same thing with the Wolves -3. Yeah. I mean, you can look at the record, but the Wizards -3 and 4, and I agree with Ian. They just haven't caught on to the Pelicans. They're this bad, man. They really are. I mean, what should the line be? Should it be 6?
I think it should be 6, to be honest. Yeah. Minnesota should have been 6 the other night, and we were shocked.
We got a 3.
-3, yeah.
So the Wizards, if we compare this line to Minnesota being -3, I feel like the Wizards -4 is about the same. I don't think the Wizards are that much better than Minnesota, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, I think this is this for me. I like this spot for sure, and certainly like the number with Washington.
Come on, get on them Pellies, boy. Come on, I'll give you 5. I'll give you the nickel.
Yeah, we got the college show up next. I'm definitely not taking the Pelicans
Hey,
though.
I give you the nickel, motherfucker. Yeah, shit.
All right, Wham. What do you like here?
Yeah, make some sense of this line, bro. It just doesn't make sense to me. Obviously, these guys played not too long ago on the 15th, where the Wizards won by 5 points. So maybe they're making that into account there. It's kind of strange here enough as well. The Washington Wizards, I know they've been playing a little bit better opponents, Miami twice over the last 5 games here, Charlotte twice as well. But they actually have a worse defensive rating than this team in the New Orleans Pelicans. And these guys just can't score. Brandon Ingram only hitting 2 shots yesterday. In his last game, he has to bounce back there. He can't just be having 11 out there. And even if you get Devontae Graham, this motherfucker need to have a 20-piece, bro. He haven't had a 20-piece only 3 times this month as a Pelican. So, bro, you need to get your ass up there. Do something while we got you here. Spend all that money and stuff. So I would expect the Pelicans to probably play a little bit better here, but I'm not taking it. It's a fucking backwood, but I fucking capped the whole card, so I had to say something about it.
All right, we got Atlanta and San Antonio next up. Hawks 4-point road favorites, 224.5 the total. Hawks on a roll right now, playing good basketball, 5-0 straight up, 5 straight wins. However, all of them were at home, and here we go now. Atlanta's not in the house anymore. They're on the road. They're going on the highway where they are 1-8 straight up, 0-9 against the spread this year. And I got to see them show up on the road before I back them laying points on the road. I don't know if I can get there with San Antonio. They're only getting 4. It's not like they've played well. They got routed by the Clippers, beaten by the Lakers, routed by the Timberwolves, routed by the Mavericks, but they did hang in there and cover against Phoenix. I'd still lean San Antonio just because Atlanta's not shown you anything being able to win and cover on the road, but they are playing better. If they're ever going to snap this road funk, it's got to be tonight. But I got to see it before I believe it. So I would still lean Spurs, but I'm probably going to end up not betting this game. What do you think, Skee? Spurs hosting the Hawks.
Yeah, Hawks. I mean, we already know. I said all year long, I'm not betting them on the road. I'm not doing it. They haven't covered once, and it's just a big change of scenery. You know, they've been at home for forever. Now you got to go on the road where you're not good at, and then Ian, I just stop being scared of the Spurs, man. Yeah, I think everybody on the show was scared of the Spurs last time, and they got it done. They're rested right now. You know, it's a little bit different. They got their center back versus when they couldn't really play any defense and defend the rim. So I think you give them a shot here versus a team that has proven they're terrible on the road.
All right, like in San Antonio. Yeah, Pop said he liked the effort and the better performance against Phoenix. That we're still making mistakes, but you know I like the progress we made. So we'll see if they keep that progress going for Pop and the Spurs tonight. Dutch, what do you think here? Atlanta, San Antonio.
Yeah, the real DJ. He's like in the over. I wouldn't be mad at that. But yeah, man, I don't know. This to me, I look the other way here. I think you know the Hawks. I know it was all at home, but they're playing better basketball. Obviously, they handle business. But you know, Gallo's finding his game. You know, Herters went double digits the last 4 or 5 games. I think they're just kind of coming around, and I think they might be able to take this on the road. And, bring a little bit of the positive vibes they had at home. I know they talked about it, their struggles on the road. And I think really this might just be a good spot. I know, San Antonio covered against the Spurs, but they really, against the Suns. And I'm glad they did for my guy Skee. But let's be honest, they had no fucking business really covering that game. You know, I was surprised that they did, to be honest with you, at the end. They was getting their ass handed to them. But when I look at this, to be honest with you, when I look at this, road game, when I really look at Atlanta, we could talk all that shit about the road. But their last road games, they played at Denver, at Utah, at Golden State, at Phoenix, and at fucking Brooklyn. I mean, all these games are these are all against top tier teams in the league. So I look at it and I look at San Antonio. I don't think they're nowhere near that level of a team. And the Hawks are 4-1 ATS in their last 5 meetings versus the Spurs. I could only look at Atlanta here. I kind of like them early. And I like a full game -4. I don't know if I'm going to make it official because, a lot going on, but I could only look Atlanta here. And obviously it's a little tricky with the road, but I do feel like Atlanta's a spot here. I think everybody's like fade Atlanta. And this is where they're going to, put
finally
it
snap those road woes tonight. We'll see.
Don't get scared now.
Oh,
Wham.
Are you on the Spurs? Because if you're on the Spurs, I might have to make it official.
Hey, you heard what I said?
Yep, he does. He likes the Spurs, Ski. Yep, he does. Wham, what do you think here?
He
I'm
like
on the
it.
Spurs too, bro. I like the Spurs. It's probably gonna be my best bet. This is my fucking best bet of the
Uh-oh.
day here. And a lot of that has to do with my guy Devin Vassell. Last game we did cash the Devin Vassell props. They're scared to put that shit out today. I looked at every book here. I'm telling people I will pay you to find me where they're betting Devin Vassell today. He called the players owning meaning himself. Second year player called the players owning meaning himself after they lost a slightly bit of a loss within the Suns, man. This Suns team, bro, they shot 4% from three, and they still only beat these guys only by 5 points, bro. They still allowed them to cover. And it was all because it was little things that the San Antonio Spurs were doing, like missing fucking free throws. Jakob Poeltl, for example, missing his first 3 free throws. They were 50% from free throw, 8 and 16, and then they shot 25% from 3. I don't think they're going to do that shit against this Hawks team. Now, I know the Hawks held the last opponent to 11 points in the third quarter, and then John Collins said, we want to bring that shit to the road like my guy Dutch just said. You ain't doing that shit. Don't believe that shit. They're not doing that shit. Again, it was good teams. This is a good coach, bro. Pop been coaching his ass off. Let's give him credit where it's due, bro. I think the Spurs probably are better than what we've seen over the last 5 games. They've been playing tough teams as well. Phoenix, Minnesota, the Clippers. I say the Lakers too. I throw the Lakers in there as well because they caught the Lakers on a good day. You know what I'm saying? When everything was clicking there. So I just say that from that point on. But other than that, I like the Spurs here a lot, man. +4 is where I got them at. It's my best bet of the day. I get y'all that right now.
There you go. A little
Hey, the
spoiler
Spurs
before we
might
get
not.
to best bets.
Yeah, they might not shoot 25% from 3 again, but they sure as hell ain't shooting 52% from the field against Atlanta tonight. Believe that.
Yeah, Portland, Sacramento. We'll go through these last couple games quickly. We're running short on time here. Portland, 2.5-point road favorites, 225.5 the total. I ain't laying points on the road with Portland, who are what, 1-7, I believe, straight up on the road and ATS. But I don't trust Sacramento. They lost to a Sixers team, 4 starters out, no Embiid in Gentry's first game. Still the same old Sacramento. There's no way I want to back them either. So pass on the side, but over for me. Look at the series history. It's been 1 over, 230s, 240s in points. I'll just trust both teams to score tonight. That's about it. So I like the over in this game. That's it. What do you think, Ski?
Backwood.
There you go. Backwood. Dutch.
Yeah, man. I look CJ McCollum maybe, but yeah, we could backwood this motherfucker.
All right, Wham.
Backwood. Keep it going.
There you
Keep it
go.
rolling.
So just me. I've got the over. Nobody else has anything.
I want to bet the Blazers, but fuck,
yeah.
man.
On the road, 1-7, but Sacramento, no, I can't with Gentry. I mean, first, that's supposed to be the spot where you step up. First game with the coach, and the Sixers, undermanned and 4 starters missing, still beat Sacramento the other night. Good luck with the Gentry experiment there.
Ever since Skee started fucking with the Kings, fucking my shit up.
All right, Philly and Golden State, final game. We got Golden State, 10.5-point home favorites, 216 the total in this one. Feels like it's going to be difficult here for Philadelphia. And look, this Golden State team has been terrific, right? 15-2 straight up, 9-1 straight up, 7-2-1 against the spread at home. I know Philly beat Sacramento, which is that's more bad Sacramento, I think, than good Philadelphia. Before that, the Sixers, they lost to Portland. They did beat Denver, but Denver was a little shorthanded, and it's just been tough sledding overall for the Sixers. But I'll say this, they've competed well. Maxi's played pretty well with all these injuries that they've had to deal with. Curry stepped up. It looks like they've got Danny Green as a game time decision tonight. He's questionable. Same with Tobias Harris with the hip, and same with Seth Curry. So keep an eye on those 3 guys for the Sixers. But I ain't stepping in front of this Warriors freight train right now. Not a chance. I'm passing on this one. Ski, what do you think? Sixers, Warriors.
Yeah, I'd have to play Golden State. They're the more rested team. You see Philly's all banged up, and Golden State, out of their 12 wins, are I've only seen 2 games, is what I'm trying to say, that they haven't covered this number, I think, this season. So out of the games that they win. So I like Golden State. They shoot the 3 well, they defend the 3 well, and they can rebound. That's how you win by margin.
Yeah, I would be favored or pass here. Absolutely. Dutch, we hear the dog. What do you think here? Sixers and Warriors.
Dogs are barking.
Yeah, they barking, man. They're upset, man. They just seen that 85 likes, man. We ain't hit a motherfucking hundo yet. All these games, all this shit we doing. Come on now. Let's hit a hundo real quick. Let's do it real quick.
Hit that like button.
Yeah, attack the motherfucking like button like you about to turk that motherfucking turkey and all that bullshit tomorrow, man. Come on now, take a minute and feast on that motherfucking like button. Yeah, man. This game, exotic motherfucking backwood. You know, me and Ski, we made a trade now. Curry's my motherfucking guy. He got Russ. So yeah, I'm cool. I'll sit back and watch my guy just do some work. Yeah, man.
All right, yeah. All right, Wham, what do you think here? Sixers, Warriors.
Yeah, man, this is probably for sure backwood here, but I low key like the Steph Curry points here. I like the Steph Curry points. I think he could get a 30 piece today, 35. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we hit the ladder on the Steph Curry, but you know what I'm saying? Little sibling rivalry here. That's probably where I go. But other than that, it's backwood, man. Get to the sponsors, Ian. My fault, bro.
No, that's all right. We're good. We got a couple minutes here. Thanks to everybody. Remember, we're not on tomorrow. We're back Friday. 231 live viewers. Hit the like button. We've got Connor Mack and Maxwell Smart, Net Profit College Basketball coming up at the top of the hour right after us. We'll get to Best Bets, Dutch's Freshest Look right after this. All right, Southtown 101. When you're in San Antonio, Texas, stop in. Great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke, Manscaped, promo code Pub Sports, 20% off Lawnmower 4.0, any Manscaped product with promo code Pub Sports, and mybookie.ag, promo code Pub Sports. We got all the sports going. Sign up for an account. Bitcoin accepted currency for your deposit. Mybookie.ag, promo code Pub Sports. All right, best bets time for this Wednesday edition. Huge NBA card. Ski, we'll start with you. What do you like for best bet?
Yeah, I'm coming at you, Dutch. I ain't scared. Give me the Miami Heat. I think it's a pick 'em. Give me the Heat to win this game. Timberwolves, don't let them fool you. Don't believe the hype.
Don't believe the hype. Yeah. Miami, pick 'em against Minnesota. Best bet here for Skee Profit. Dutch, freshest look.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my guy Razor. And you know, this shit right here is business. So we'll take that personal shit off the screen. Ski. We go on motherfucking Jason Tatum over 27.5 points, averaging 40 plus the last 3 meetings. Went over 30 the last 4 games. This good motherfucking money. Jason Tatum over 27.5 points. Yeah, man.
All right, Jason Tatum over 27.5 points. Freshest look for Dutch. Trot Wham, best bet.
I wish they give us the Devin Vassell fucking points prop. We'll be calling that the best bet. Until then, we're going to take the Spurs to bounce back from their skid here, their 5-game skid, and beat this team in the Hawks to continue the road rolls here. We know how bad they are on the road. Let's keep that shit up. Go Pop. Good coach. Let's keep it going. +4, the Spurs.
There you go. San Antonio +4 against Atlanta. Best bet for Wham. My best bet's going to be Washington -4 against New Orleans. The price is cheap. Pelicans are that bad. And it's a circle the wagons bounce back spot for the Wizards tonight. The better team laying a short number. Washington -4 against New Orleans. My best bet for this Wednesday card. That'll wrap up this edition of the NBA Pub Hub. Thanks to everybody in the chat for joining us. Hit the like button on your way out. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your turkey, enjoy your ham, enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, enjoy your football, everything else that goes with Thanksgiving. Have a great Thanksgiving holiday. Happy Thanksgiving to my cohorts here, Ski, Wham, and Dutch as well, and to their families. We'll see you again on Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern for another edition of the NBA Pub Up. Net Profit, College Hoops, Connor and Maxwell coming up next. For Ski, Wham, and Dutch, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Thanksgiving holiday and a great Wednesday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. We'll see you again Friday on the NBA Pub Hub, right here on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Yeah, man. You know where it's at, Pub Sports Radio. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the video if you can. Real talk. Happy Thanksgiving to all. Hope you guys enjoy the night. Tomorrow, the whole motherfucking weekend. We went in and we're coming out with the motherfucking bag. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed. I'm gonna stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.